Oh. Okay, no one's on. He said he's leaving. Gershon, when is Gershon say? Oh, he's on. It's coming on. Oh, schön, Gershon. Thank you for your donation to the school. Toby is back. Toby's back. He's not here yet, but I saw him today. Toby's back. You saw him there, right?
Yeah, I saw him at Lubavitch.
Lubavitch, oh. 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 Sechtes. The Hadron of Iron. Tonight is Chav Ches Shvat. Koich Shvat. Okay, the Heilige Mishnah. And Yankel's away. Yankel loans out of town. Called to tell me. So, yeah, down to the wire. Heilige Mishnah. Mayim Osai Chayev. We're talking about this kid, this Ben Soyer Moira, this rebellious kid, and we want to know how much, what do you have to do, what do you have to steal in order to be Chayev? Mayim Osai Chayev. When are you Chayev? Mishayoichal Tarmeta Basa. He has to eat a certain share of meat, which the Gemara will explain how much it is. Tarmeta Basa. Yishta Chatzi Log Yaina Talki. And he'll drink half a lug of Yaina Talki. It's a Italian wine, a good wine, and this is obviously stolen. He steals money from his parents to buy these goodies, and once he gets used to such a way of life, then we see the direction he is taking, and we know that it won't end well. From stealing an innocent piece of meat and drinking some wine. No, it's not a tarmeta amount of meat. It's a money basa. It's a mana basa. It's a mana. It's a size, the weight of a mana, and a loig yain. And the shear of wine is not a half a loig; it's a whole loig. It's is how much he has to eat in order to be chayav. Says the Mishnah, Achal Masa Sheni. He eats Masa Sheni Yerushalayim. If he eats Masa Sheni in Yerushalayim, that means it's a mitzvah. The common denominator is going to be anything that he eats that's mitzvahdik. Although this kid is not up to very good, but he's eating food that's a mitzvah, then he will not be considered. He won't be guilty. You won't say it's gonna cause him to eat again. The mitzvah will protect him. So achal ma'aser sheni b'Yerushalayim, if he eats ma'aser sheni Yerushalayim, or achal nevelas etrefus shkatzer masim, he eats something that's aser anyway. This is not a svar, I don't think. This is a pasuk. If he eats dead animals and nevelas, animals that died without shchita, eat nevelas etrefus shkatzer masim, then we say that if he eats nevelas etrefus shkatzer masim, then he won't be chayiv. Achal dava shi mitzvah. If he ate something that's a mitzvah, a dava shi avera. Anything's a mitzvah, anything avera, that will not be considered meat. That will make it into that'll be mechayivim. Achal dava shi mitzvah, dava shi avera, or mechayivim. Achal kal meichel v'la achal basa. If he ate all food, he didn't eat meat. He ate candies and French fries, sushi, but no meat. Or shasa kal mashka. He drank all sorts of alcohol. Kal mashka. Play shasa yain. Not wine. Ain't a nice Ben Zera Moira. He won't be considered a Ben Zera Moira until he eats meat and drinks wine. Shenema Zoilel v'Soivei. The pasuk says Zoilel v'Soivei, and we are translating Zoilel v'Soivei to mean that he eats wine and meat. Do we know that? No. Chazal knew that. We don't really know that. How do you know Zoilel v'Soivei means meat and wine? We don't really have a raya that that's so. We have a zeichel dava shenema al tehi b'soya v'yayin b'zoyle basa lamoy. Don't be with people that drink wine, and for wine we're using a lashon b'soya v'yayin. So you see a lashon soya v'y can be used for wine. B'zoyle basar and basa use a lashon zoyle. So when the pasuk says Zoilel v'soivai. So we'll say soiva means soiva is going to mean wine, and zoilel will mean basa. Zoilel, you see, is used by basa. Zoilel. Soiva is used by wine. Right? Why not? Right. I don't know by Avera, it's not, I don't know if it's a logic. Any logic? Maybe, I don't know. Imar brings a pasuk. Learn from a pasuk. Maybe I'm just thinking. Maybe when it's an avera, I don't know. He'll feel guilty about it. Like this, he feels, get away with it. Says the Gemara. Amr of Zera. Tarmeta ze mahu. Tarakama said he has to eat a tarmeta basa. How much is a tarmeta? Amr of Zera. Tarmeta ze mahu. I don't know how much a tarmeta is. Elo mitoich shekafal Reb Yosi beyayin. We have one clue to figure this out. Because Reb Yosi says that it's a double amount of Tanakama when it comes to the wine, because he says it's a whole lug. Tanakama said half a lug. Then this can be a raya that when Reb Yosi says it's a mana basa is a double of tarmeta. Tarmeta. Nimsa koifel afba basa. Nimsa tarmeta chatzi mana. And a tarmeta will be half a basa, half a mana. Nimsa tarmeta is chatzi mana. Tarmeta chatzi mana. Amr Chanan bar Molda. Amr Vuna. Eine chayev. Ad sheyikach basa bazoil. Yochel yaim bazoil. If this kid is gonna steal expensive meats, then he'll know that it's no chance to be able to always keep up the standard. So then he'll give it up. Interesting Gemara. You have here in the Svara both ways around. If you steal going for the expensive meat, then it won't continue. Then it's a discontinued brand. It won't continue. If it's gonna eat cheap meat, yeah, we'll go for it. Right, well, if it's cheap meat, then it's a concern that it will continue. It's cheap stuff. The cheap stuff will go. Zoilel v'soivel. We actually zoilel to mean cheap. Zoil, cheap. Zoilel v'soivel. From the zoilel v'soivel. Frei Mar v'Amr Rav Chanan bar Molda. Amr Vuna. Eine chayev at sheyechel basa chai yishti yain chai. Only when he eats raw meat and he drinks raw wine, undiluted wine. Frei Mar, really? That's what he has to drink. Raw undiluted wine and raw meat. Raw meat from any. How can that be? Raw meat, you break your teeth on raw meat. Ever tried it? Any, Frei Mar, any. For Rabba, very beautiful tarbayu. Achabasachai. If you eat basachai and drink yan chai, you don't become a tzara moira. So what's going on over here? If it's raw meat and raw wine, you don't become tzara moira. But the guy, it's not edible. It's not even geschmack. Or you think the tzara moira is going to continue finding money to buy this nauseating food? Ravina, no. Yain chai means mazik v'loy mazik. Yain chai doesn't mean totally undiluted. It means semi, and that is very good. Okay, that's very good. I said it's very good. Bas yayin. The bas yayin is different. Eine chayev at sheyochel bas chayev is the yayin chay. Eine chayev at sheyochel bas chayev is the yayin chay. Eine freidig mora. So freidig mora. Yayin chay mazik le mazik bas chayev bashel le bashel. Bas chay means bashel v'le bashel, which means kabasa kibba dachle gamve. Bashel means the thieves. They haven't got time and patience to wait till the meat cooks properly, as the Gemara says in Shabbos. What? Machal ben Drasoi. Yeah. So is this the same Shiur? He asked that this morning. Chaim Balsam. That's Machlokes is there. This is the third. Rashi didn't say. Maybe is it the same thing as there? Should be, right? Thieves. The ikka is fast food. You heard of those people fast food? Big industry, fast food. No one has patience to let it wait, calm down, relax. No time. So the thieves, they for sure they don't have time for that. They don't have time for that, and therefore they will go for the fast foods. And when they eat fast foods, right? Then they will they will get enticed. But other than that, it won't happen. Sounds like Gemara. Very good. But not something all the way cooked. We won't continue. Rabba Tabayu, he ate old meat. Old meat. Pickled meat. Nunu. Meat from the freezer. Pickled meat. Fresh wine. No. You won't become Ben Soira Moira for that. You won't become Ben Soira Moira for that. So it's Gemara, it's not awesome. It's not wholesome, it's not wholesome. Is that so? You won't have. What? Pickled meat, it won't have. It's not wholesome. Erev Tishbav, the Yochel Adam state of Shilin. So the word Erev Tishbav, it says, Erev Tishbav, the Yochel Adam state of Shilin. Erev Tishbav, by Sudasam of Sekes, you can't eat two things that are cooked, right? We're very market. That means we do now a trick. We outsmart the system a little bit, right? We have before Mincha Suda, and then we go Hamincha, then we have a Suda of Sekas, eat only an egg. That's doing a trick. No. Really, not all the poskim are so excited about it. Because really, the last Suda is the last Suda. That's the last thing you're eating for the fast, and the last meal. Now, that meal cannot have two things cooked. Can't have eggs and fish. Can't do that. By Suda Sam of Sekas. Can't have. It's supposed to be the sad meal, the meal that's of morning. So you have one tafshil. You can't drink wine, you can't have meat at that meal. You can't have meat and you can't drink wine with that meal. That we don't eat meat and drink wine the whole 9 days. Or that's not from the Gemara. That's a later thing. It's not the Gemara, you can eat meat Erev Tishbav too. As long as it's not Suda Sam of Sekas, you can eat meat. But here you can't eat meat. Here you can't eat meat. So the Gemara, pickled, but old. I mean, it's preserved by pickling it, by salting it. There's no freezers, so it's old meat. It's pickled, so it's not. That's how it's kept. So the Gemara, Erev Tishbav le'echel adam sheif shilam le'echel basar v'lish yayin. It's not vatana oichelu basar maliach. The only meat they can't eat soon as of the sekes is only meat that is fresh. Old meat that's salty that you can eat. And you can have wine. No problem. No problem. You can have that the old wine. Fresh wine, no problem. Fresh wine, no problem. What's called bas maliach? How old is called bas maliach? How old meat? As long as it's shlamim. Shlamim is 2 days, 1 night. Torah says 2 days, 1 night is still called meat that brings you simcha, brings you happiness. So kalzman shikir shlamim, then it's considered good meat. Meat that gives you simcha, and that's forbidden by Suda Sam of Sekas. How old is called wine? How new really? How fresh is wine when it's a problem? Kalzman shi toises. As long as it's cooking. We'll see soon how long that is. Right. Says more Batanya. Yain toises. Aim boy mishim gilum. Yain toises. There's no gilum. Means a snake. Normally, if you have a wine uncovered, then snakes take it. This wine, a snake won't take it because it's fresh wine. Fresh wine. They're not interested in fresh wine. The snakes. Toit of kaparas. A camel takes sasai. How much is it? Shloishi yamim. 3 days. The first 3 days, Rashi says, there's even a bad taste, like a strong taste in the throat. When you drink it, it's not geschmack. It's not geschmack. Color taste. But says the Gemara. That's legabe sudasam of sekas. Meat that is more than 2 days and 1 night old is nothing, doesn't do anything, is mutter. Wine, the first 3 days is mutter. That's the legabe sudasam of sekas, that's halacha. Klei the Gemara, what about by us? Hachamai. What about by us? Hachamai. Hasam shim simchahu. There it's because of simcha. Soon of second, it's got to do with simcha. Don't do anything that brings you happiness. Calls manshi shlamim nami is simcha. As long as it's kosher for shlamim, there's simcha involved. So it won't be okay. Halcha mishum imshuchahu. Here it's because of it'll be enticing. It'll be mamshich. So maybe it's not the same gather. Spencer Moira is not about simcha. It has to be enough, they'll keep doing it. That's all. It's not going to keep doing it. That's it. Enough will keep doing it. Maybe even kolshu, maybe even it has to be okay. Has to be perfect. Once a night goes by, it's not fresh. Then it's not fresh enough to make him want to have this again. Be so driven to have it again. You heard it again. So the Gemara, V'yayin admem yoim, have wine till 40 days. 40 days. Why? I don't know where this shit comes from. You know where this shit comes from? I don't know. What? Yeah, well, why 40? 4, 3. Right? Yayin admem yoim. Says the Gemara. Amar Reb Chanan. Lo nivro yayin ba'olam and anachma velim. Wine was only created. Only the reason why Hashem made such thing called wine is to console the bereaved. That's one reason. Second reason, to give schar to Rishoyim in this world, that they will have a good time with the alcohol and the schnapps, and that will take away the schar in the world to come. So when you let somebody have too much schnapps, you're stealing his will to come. Where is this, right? Watch out. Not nice. Not fair to let them have the bottles. Yeah, Shnema. Pasuk says, "Snu sheichel oived, yailem ar nefesh." The oived means the guy's losing his oilem abah. No. Yeah. Oived, a lost case. Give him wine. Yailem ar nefesh for a bitter person. Amr b'yitzchak ma'idich siv. Alter yain kiyas adam. We say, don't get enticed by wine. Kiyas adam. What does that mean? Alter yain. Don't get pulled in to this whole industry called alcohol, wine. Shemadim pneim sharishoyim b'olam hazeh. It makes Rishoyim's face get red in this world. Or Malbin, that means in this world, wow, they look excited. You ever seen people drink alcohol? The cheeks get red. But in the world to come, they are pale. You got this guy, yeah. You got this guy. I'm sorry, nothing left here. Okay, so he's shocked and he's paled. Yeah. What? Toby, you're 100% right. The Gemara says a nausea is a sinner. Correct?
We're not here to enjoy wine.
We're here to enjoy wine. We're here to do everything, but only if you're not Madrega. If you're not in the Madrega, you didn't work yet in Madrega, you just want to enjoy the world, then you're making the person is making a very bad mistake. A nausea is a sinner, or nausea is the right thing to do. The Gemara says a nausea is a choite. Why are you afraid of drinking wine? Hashem said, I made wine. What? Why? It's not there from the sign. The answer is, yeah. Why are you not in the high Madrega? You're high Madrega, then you do it right. But just to say I'm going to enjoy it and let the wine be a pitfall, that's not a good tachlis. Yeah, that's not a tachlis. That's a simple answer. Maybe there's other answers too. But the Gemara says, yeah. Who said it? The Hashem will say, did he see my Swiss Alps? Right? Somebody said, when I'll get to there, I'll be, if that's my the only tinus he has, Hashem, I'll be doing well. Why not go to Swiss Alps? Yeah. But instead, the world's here to enjoy. The age to make credit lahanois. We are people of hana. Yeah. If it's done right. Done right. For sure. We don't hold of Christianity. Give pain and inflict torture and the bodies. No, not at all. Not at all. Body's the best thing. Okay, so another conversation, but you're right.
Wait, if I say anything, we get distracted.
Says the Gemara. Rava Amma. Alteri yain kisada means alteri yain shachris dam. Wine will end up bloodshed. Blood. Rav Kadarami. Ksiv tirosh. Ekrinan tirosh. It says tirosh, which means tirosh. You should be poor. Wine makes a person poor. Or ksiv tirosh with a vav. So we say zacha if you're zaycha nasa roish. If you're zaycha, then a person will become a roish. Why? This is like we said though. If the zaycha means, always say in the Chassidish well, zaka means to be zakus, refined. Then wine, mardik. He'll become a roish. Lo zacha nasa rosh. If it's not zaycha, he'll become poor. But I'll let him go poor. Tirosh wine, yeah. Yeah, I'm Tirish. Yeah, maybe the bottle is so expensive that people become poor by buying it. Rabbi Steer says, Yain Yesamach. It says Yeshamach. There's no vowels. You read Yeshamach. Ik read on Yesamach. I'm reading Yesamach. How does it stem? Zacha Mesamchay. If you Zoichet Mesamchay, Lo Zacha Meshama Mehu. Not Zoichet Meshama Mehu. If you're not Zoichet Meshama Mehu. Find it Amarava. Kamera richtig pikin. If you Zoicha, bring Simcha. Not Zoicha, it'll make you crazy. It'll make you empty, it'll run with you. Rava said, Kamera richtig, wine and Samim pikin, they made me smart. They made me smart. Yeah. Pikin. Amram Breder of Shimon Bar Abba. Amram Breder of Shimon Bar Abba. Amram Chdina Maidach long pasuk here. Lemi oi, lemi avoy. Who says oi? Who says avoy? Lemi medonim, who else fights? Lemi siach. I don't know what siach though. Who schmoozes? Lemi ptsoim, who has wounds? Chinam. Lemi chachlila senayim. Eyes are bad news. Next. What do you say though? Pain, yeah? Who has all these bad things? Second pasuk says, lema achrib ala yayin. Lema achrib ala yayin. So we touch lema achrib ala yayin means which people? The boim lachker mesach. It's the end of the pasuk. So how do you take the pasuk? Says about two ways. Ka'asr divu ama amri mamarova. Haikra ma'ada darish demeration the sefer Medrash. You can read it two ways. First way is who gets oi, who gets avoy, who gets medonim, who gets all these problems? People that hang out in the pubs at night. The ma'achrav aliyayin. Or people that are busy trying to figure out recipes for the wine. That's these people. That's that way. Omi sefer l'reisha Medrash. You read the other way around. Who are the people that should be drinking wine? Who are the people drinking wine? The people that have oy vavois. Right? They should be it. They should have wine. Right? Oh. Right. That's a chat. Or it goes the other way around. I think I'm saying it wrong. People that drink wine, they will get avoys and oys. The other chat is people that are suffering should drink wine. Wine's meant for them. After they explain though, it's been my imagination, not much Rashi. That's the two ways. Do you read it that a person that oy vavoy should drink wine, or a person that drinks wine will get the oy vavoys? Says the Gemara. Darish uba gililo yud gimel vavin nemra b'yayin. It says 13 vavs in yayin. It says vayachal noach ishadama. 13 vavs. And vav means oy geval. Vayachal noach ishadama. Vayita kerem. Vayesh v'nei yayin. Counting. Vayishka. Vayiska b'sachala. Vayar chama v'kanal. He said himself. Vayag l'shtecha b'chutz. Vayikach shem. Vayefes es asimla. Vayosima shem shneim. Vayelchach ranis. Vayechaz eretz abiyim. Upneim. Good. Good. 15. 13 times letter vav. Did you count? I didn't. Did you count? It's supposed to be 13. 13 vavs. Talk about wine because wine is vai. Oh, okay, good. I said that those people are zocha. If you zocha, wine's the best thing. If you zocha, wine. Everything's wine. Everything's wine. Everything. Bris, chasnas, vinach, Pesach Seder, Kiddush, Havdalah, all wine. Everything falls around. We're very big wine drinkers. If you do it the right way. Do it the right way. But if you don't do it the right way, then it's a gross tzara. Yeah. A man's alcoholic. Says the Gemara. You can say the Gemara. Rav Shmuel, what did he do? You can see wake up from sleep, and he saw what his young kid did. What did he do? One of them says the Saracen. The Saracen means he made him sterile. He shouldn't have another child. He wanted to have a fourth child. He couldn't because he only had three. Because this Chum guy was the Saracen. Rabbi is Rebbe. Man is a Saracen. Because he's Mekalka with the fourth child, that's why the fourth son of Ham became an Evet. Kileb Ravi. Mandama Rabbi. Mandama says Rabbi. Gama Mechtes Rabbi. Learns it from Pasuk. It says Gama Vayar. Simach here it says Vayar Chama V'Kanal. Eitz Ereves Aviv. Here it says V'yar Cham Mikanat Eitz Ereves Aviv. Also there it says V'yar Oitz Shechem Ben Chavor. V'yar Oitz Shechem Ben Chavor. Says the Gemara. Fish Lamanda Masarasoi. Lamanda Masarasoi. Shvacha Kilib Revi. If it's Masarasim, makes sense. The fourth son became cursed. Alamanda Marabai. Rabbi. Ma'ishtar Revi. Why the fourth kid? Niltai Behedya. Why the fourth kid? Curse any kid. Says where Hava Havai. He also agrees. He was also Masarasim. Hava Havai is both. What? He didn't. Noach. No, Noach. Noach didn't have another child. Ham had 4 children. He gave a curse to Ham's 4th child. He should be an Eved. Why did he curse Ham's 4th child, Canaan? Because he took away from Noach the 4th child that he wanted to have. Yeah, he cursed his son that your 4th son will be an Eved. Right after the 4th, he took away his 4th, so your 4th won't be much better. And what? Why was he Masarasim? He didn't want to fight with Yerusha. It's enough to have 3 brothers. He didn't want to have a 4th one. He didn't want a 4th one. Financial issue. Yeah. Says the Gemara. Says the Gemara. Yachal Noach, Ishadam of Yitakarim, Amrev. Why is it Ishadam? Amrev Chista, Amrev Ukva, Amrev Lama Ukva, Amrev Zaki, Amrev Kodesh Baruch Noach. Noach, Loi Hayla Chalul Moed Adam Rishoin. Ye Ishadama shall learn from Adam Rishoin. Shlegarim Loi Elayayin. The wine caused Adam Rishon through the Chet of Eitz Hadav. Commander Amar, Oisei Ilon Shachal Mene Adam Rishon. The tree that Adam Rishon ate from, Geffen Hoya was a vineyard. Correct? Who? Who's the apples? We've got more going to bring all the man to Amrim. Remei Oima Oisei Ilon, the Tanya. Remei Oima Oisei Ilon, that tree was Shachal Adam Rishon Menu Geffen Hoya was a vine. Why? Maybe a lot of Adam. Nothing brings the Yalala, brings complaining, brings problems. Ela yain, only wine. It was wheat. Why? A child doesn't know to call out, say Abba Ve'ima, which means Tam Dogam. For a kid to become developed and have seichel, to be able to say Tama, you have to eat wheat. So we see wheat gives das. Das is something that comes through wheat. So if this other tree was called Eitz Hadas, it's called Eitz Hadash, that would imply that it was Chita. You get it? The Torah is about this with the matzah. Pesach, Tzadik's busy. Leil Pesach, eat matzah made out of Chita, because that's what it is. Adam Rishon was Chet, Eitz Hadas was Chita. We eat chita, and when we eat chita, we get das to recognize Abba the Eibishter, Abba the Imma. When a person eats chita, that's a tachlis for eating Adam. Yeah. It's the only mitzvah that's still achila today, right? Is the matzah Pesach night. Correct? No. Right? Who? The nowadays. No carbonos. Hefza of a mitzvah to eat this is only there's mitzvah of sudis, but nothing to eat. Yeah. We learned another item with Beis. Who's Ari? The Mishnah. So the third man that Nehemiah Teina Hoya. Third man the Amma, the Eitz Hadas was a Teina, was a fig. Why? The problem is the solution. You have to be second from the problem. Why? They realized Orum, so he put on these gartles of Taina. What's it called? The leaves of Taina. Why Taina? Because that's what that caused the problem. So he sacked it with that. Says the Gemara. Divrei Lemoel Melech Masa Asher Yisrasa Imoy. There was a great person called Shlomo Melech. He was called Lemoel Melech, which means Shlomo Melech was Lemoel to the Eibishter, is the Shechina, and he was very loyal to Hashem. And he got a speech from his mother. A speech from his mother in Shneimel. What was the story? I think it was the first night on inauguration of the Beis Mikdash. They had a party, and they gave wine and meat to drink, and Shlomo Melech that say he had a lot of meat, a lot of wine, and afterwards went to sleep and was supposed to open up the Beis Hamikdash, crack of dawn. And I think he was 12 years old, 13 at the time. And he had the keys of the Beis Hamikdash were under his head. And everybody was waiting to open the Beis Hamikdash. And the Heilige Shlomo Melech is asleep. And they could wake him up. Don't wake up a king. Don't wake up a king. See, don't wake up a king. So he was sleeping. He was sleeping. And his mother, Bathsheba, heard of this. At that time, David the Melech was no longer on this world. He was in Olam Emes. But his mother was here. And his mother heard that her precious and dear son, Shlomo Melech, got enticed by meat and wine. And he sleeps because of that. So she gave him a speech. Not just gave him a speech. She tied him to the Amet. She was a king. A mother's a mother. Today they'll take it to trauma. You take my therapist for Yora Lang. She tied it. What? Yeah, she tied it to the Amet. And she gave him. I don't know if she hit to beat him up. And she said, "Ma bri, ma ba bitni, or ma ba nidri." These are lessons she said. And she said, "Look, ma bri, what's going on with you? I call you Yoidim. Now, I don't think they'll say you should say this today. I say, I call you Yoidim. Shavichi Yerei Shemayim Hava. Everybody knows that your father was a very God-fearing person, and he was David the Melech. And they'll say, okay, how did he have such a child? You know what they'll say? Yeah, you know his wife. He's Taka Elach guy. He fell in. His wife. Complex. Yeah. That's not really chinuch. Don't tell kids that. It won't look good for the family. Tell your kids that. No. That's not what you tell your kids, right? Okay. That's one thing she told him. That was the first speech. Second speech. Omar bar bitni. All the wives of Beis Avicha, Kimishim is Abrois, Shoavei Nerois, Melech. Since once they became pregnant, they never saw the king again. I went in. In order that I should have a ben, I wanted you to come out. Which means the bones and the color should be exactly right. And it says in the Gemara Nida, Tashmish is good when a woman's pregnant. Last, what do you say, trimester. Last trimester, it's good to have Tashmish, that it helps the development of the child. You should be Mezurizim Levim. Since that's the case, I did it. I did it for your sake. And this way, do it to me. Number 3. All the other wives of the king made a neder. And they said, Yeheli ben, Hagel Malchus. I want to have a son that will be worthy of being a king. I made a neder of Marti, Yeheli ben, Zoris Mumila Torah. I want to have a son that will learn Torah. And a king ahead. I want a son of Talmud Chacham. The Hagel and Nevius. That's what she davened. She's based on these 3 tainas. And he said, Shlomo Melech, you're not keeping up to what I expect of you. It's not what it's about. Then she said, what? A guilt trip, yeah, but a guilt trip. Yeah. Then she said, Al lemelachim nemoyel. What does that mean? Al lemelachim shsoyayin. Means al means no. Al lemelachim, amrloi. Malacha eitz malachim. Why are you hanging out with the wrong crowd, wrong friends? You're busy with kings that drink wine. You're above that. Malacha eitzel malachim sheshoisin yayin umishtakrim. Why are you hanging around malachim, drink wine and get drunk? For Imram, they say, Lama lanu keil. Some people, when they drink wine, nichtas yayin yatzasoid, they say, Lama lanu keil. Why do we need to have Eibishter? Yeah. Who? Don't Hefke. The Brisker, he said this yesterday, Rav Gershon Ribbon. Brisker didn't want to come to America, right? Adamantly wouldn't come to America. Even though he had asthma and Aaron Kotler got him a doctor in America, he wouldn't come. His reason was, and his reason is still true today, this is a place of Keris, Statue of Liberty, liberalism. He didn't want to breathe the air. Dangerous place. America is a dangerous place for a religious Jew. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. A lot better than who? Yeah. Principled people. Principled, not afkeris, not liberty. It's a chiddush that we have so many people from in America. There's a reason for that. There's an explanation. Reb Chaske Leverstein left. He left. The air in America is contaminated with afkeris. Drink wine, drink, vape, smoke. Nobody tell me what to do. No pressure. Chill. It's all American sprach. American sprach of Statue of Liberty. Okay, and that's Lama Lona Kale. That's what it is. That's the atmosphere. Yeah. She said to him, Misha Kal Raza Oilam Galuyaloi, somebody that all the secrets of the world are known, which means they told Shlomo Melech, you know everything. You're drinking wine, drinking wine, you're getting drunk. Come on, fast. Some say, Misha Kal Roizna Oilam. All the great kings, they all come to you to ask your advice. To drink wine and get drunk. Shlomo Melech was very happy with his mother's speech. And he appreciated very much his mother's speech. He said, he admitted, yes. Meaning, I'm a bar from Noach to Siv. So I didn't learn from Ish. But Abinas Adam Li is their Adam Rishon. Good. If you have Achmuras Mitzvah, go back to Ben Soyer Moira. If you have Achmuras Mitzvah, then he will not become a Ben Soyer Moira. Says him, Amr Bavo, Eina Chayev, Ad Sheyochel B'Chabura Shekulas Rikin. Every guy sitting by that Chabura has to be a lowlife. If that are his friends, that's who he's sitting with, then we have a problem. But if he's not sitting with those people, sitting with pious people, no, they will help him. To help him get back to himself. You don't become Mitzvah Moira. Time of the mitzvah. Mashma only if you do a mitzvah. Halav mitzvah lo. Mashma not a mitzvah. Even though I've got lav kulas riken, then he will be considered a ben Soyer Moira. Says Gemara though, Hakmashma daf agav the kulas riken. Even though the also riken. Given the mitzvah kalsik, loy memshach. Since it's going to mitzvah, he won't get enticed. So eat something of a mitzvah, right? B'chabiras mitzvah, you have to do a mitzvah. You eat something of a mitzvah, you don't get it. There was a Chanukah B'Simba this year, and this question was put on the table. Now I'm giving it away by saying this story today. How could it be a person is sitting by with people is eating? If you sing a song, if the song will save somebody's life, singing a song will save somebody's life. If there's no song, there'll be a loss of life. When you sing a song, you'll save a person's life. What's the answer, Dov? The answer is Ben Soyer Moira sitting by Chanukah B'Simba. Sitting by Chanukah B'Simba. If they sing, is a Chanukah B'Simba called the Sudas Mitzvah? Mishnah says only if you sing Shiur Shmachos. Only if you sing Hashem's praises. So if you sing Hashem's praises, that is called a Sudas Mitzvah, then the person is not called a Ben Soyer Moira. If you don't sing, he will get killed. That was a quiz question asked by this Chanukah B'Simba. Get it? Giving away a little bit. Yeah. That's this Gemara. A Ben Soyer Moira eats mitzvahs by a Sudas Mitzvah. We're not worried that it will get enticed. Says the Gemara. We said one of the cases of a Sudas Mitzvah is Ubra Chodesh. When they extended the Chodesh another day, like we're going to do the end of this week, used to make a Suda a whole night. See, a whole night Suda, a whole night of Suda to celebrate, or to notify, to publicize this idea. Says the Gemara, the boss of Yain Maski, yet they serve boss of Yain with these Sudas. They give meat and wine. Vatanya, and oilala ela past dogon, the kidneys bulvad. All they serve is past dogon, and kidneys bulvad. Says the Gemara, Hakmash Malam. Avagav de oilala ela past kidneys. The server actually doesn't know why they serve past kidneys. As I, they serve at this meal bread that's made out of dogon and beans. That's it. Says the Gemara, Hakmash Malam. I've got the in oil pass kidneys. The you asik boss of yayin. He's eating boss of yayin. But achal, he brings his own meat there. Given the mitzvah, ka'asik lemamshich. Since he's eating with the mitzvah, even though that's not the menu they're serving. Loy mamshich, yomi mamshich. Ton rabbanon. Ein oilen be'ibach chodesh. Pachas basar b'nei adam. How many people come to this Suda? 10 people. Not less than 10. Ein oilen eleva pass. Dogon, the kidneys. The menu served by this feast is bread of dogon, pas dogon, not oil. What are the 5 grains? The kidneys. Vein oil ella oil buroir. And which night you do it? You do it the night of the extra day. Oil buroir, right? The marshal this week is going to be Friday night, right? Friday is a Shvedish. So Friday night, it's oil buroir. That's the called oil buroir. Vein oil b'yom and b'layla. You only go up to have a student, but by night, not by day. Friday morning, but tanya in oil b'layla and b'yom. The Beis says no, you only go by day, not by night. Here means like this. Achrifi va'oili. Yeah, it's the whole night program. Go out early there, achrifi puki, and come early in the morning. Finish early in the morning. Why? The part of the tachas of the Suda is to publicize that people should know that we made the Rishchodesh next day. That's the tachas. That's the tachas. Since that's the tachlis, therefore we have to postpone it. We have to make it public. If you go in the dead of the night, nobody will know. If you go in early, and people hear the clink of the dishes, and people go there, and you come out early in the morning, like that, people know. Good. That's early morning. People will say, "Hey, what's going on over here? Feast," and it'll become public news. This month had 30 days. Says the Gemara. Achal ma'aser sheni b'Yerushalayim. Take ma'aser sheni b'Yerushalayim, then he will get punished. Sorry, he won't become Ben Sarah if he ate ma'aser sheni b'Yerushalayim. Achal ma'aser sheni b'Yerushalayim. Says why? Given the she'archei who the ka'achalei, since eating ka'archei, loy memshech, it won't be enticed because it's eating ka'archei. Says the achal nevelos it treifos shkotzmer masim. If he eats animals that are forbidden, then he won't get enticed. He won't get enticed. If he eats shkotzmer masim, I don't know if he won't get enticed, but it's a possible. I don't know this far. Yeah. Nevela is not shvaka food. Yeah, but nevela because there is some. Gemara says, Amar of achal basa oif, ain't that's b'sari moira. Chicken is not called b'sari moira. And there's always a shaila. Is chicken called meat? And again, it's a simple yontif. Spoke about it many times. Is it called meat? Chicken? Some people are machme yontif to have meat. There's a makor for that. There's a makor not of that. It's a big topic. Some people can't eat meat. Heavy for them. But yontif, they have meat. So here the Gemara says, basa oif is not called meat. Acha basa oif ain't as b'sari moira. Basa oif is not b'sari moira. Hey moira, vanan tadan acha nevelis the treif of shkatzer remasim ain't as b'sari moira. Only acha nevelis shkatzer remasim don't become b'sari moira. Tahirin nas b'sari moira. Mashma, if it's tahirin, you do become b'sari moira. Says the Gemara, it's not mastita lahashlem. It's mashma. It's shkatzer remasim are not meat. Shkatzer and massive is not meat. So what? So how does this work? Why do you say it's asa? If it's not asa, it's anyway not going to be considered part of the recipe necessary to make it Messiah Moira. Says the Gemara, no. If most of it is meat and one kazais is left, then you can be mashlim with something that's chicken, but to mashlim with something that's asa, that you can't. Achal dosh yaveira, you get it. That's what it says. But chicken's not called meat. Chicken's not meat. Achal davashi mitzvah dvaveira. Dva mitzvah. What's that dva mitzvah? Tanchume avelem. A mitzvah of meat is even a mitzvah of tanchume avelem. They're having a suda and they're giving meat or wine. Dvaveira tainus tibur. Aveira in tainus tibur. If that's what it's doing, then this will not be considered ben soira moira. Why not? Why not? Even though the drabanon, he's off himself, and he's drinking wine. Have wine. Have wine. It's a mitzvah. Mitzvah. Then it won't have a mitzvah. It's a mitzvah. So the drabanon the mitzvah. So I think, the time of my why? Where did it come from? This thing, if Savera, you're not over. On my cross, the pasuk says, you're not listening to my coil. The parents say this kid is rebellious. He doesn't listen to what we tell him. You heard of such a kid. Onan doesn't listen to Koleinu. But if he doesn't listen to Hashem, that's something else. That is something else. That's something else. That's something else. Achal kol ma'achal v'achal basa. That's something else. There is no ben sarimoira. That's something else. Achal kol ba'achal v'achal basa. Shasa kol mashka v'shasa yayin. So achal kol ma'achal v'achal basa laftu the vela kilis. That's going to include the vela kilis, which is alcoholic. It's not mamshich. Shasa kol mashka v'shasa yayin. It's tvash v'chalov. Tvash v'chalov is also something that makes a person shikah. The tiny achal vela kilis shasa tvash v'chalov next to mikdash chayav. It's called the alcoholic. It's very nice. Alcoholic. You won't be chayav for ben soirimoira, but it's not wine. For ben soirimoira, it's not. You may get drunk. You have schnapps too. That's not an issue. Not an issue. Okay. Marbit Shemlin Ein Aleph. Mid the Erev itself is a serious timeless. The Toby is back. Money.